Today I'm going to be walking you through the 10 basic tools that every template creator needs to start with in Canva. Let's get to it. Hi everyone! So here we are in Canva, and I want to show you a little bit about the elements. So I just grabbed these free elements from the Elements tab, which is over here. And so I kind of want to walk you through searching for the free ones, especially if you're making templates. You'll want to use the free elements because those can be used by the free Canva accounts. And so what you'll do is I have a filter selected here, so you'll just go and click free and apply. And another cool thing that they've added as well, so you want a specific style, you can go down here and click style and say you want all watercolor. And so it'll give you all of these watercolor elements. And so that's really cool that you can do that as well. And so I just wanted to show you on this how to change colors. So here you see when you click on this sticker, these 3 colors pop up here. Let's say we want to change this yellow to pink. Let's say we want to change the black to a green color. And see, there you go. There you have it. So let's say we want to make all these elements cohesive. So we want to make them all similar colors here. Let's see, let's do green. And let's do the pink that we have, probably dark pink. Or you could do it the opposite, you could do pink and then green, which that pink didn't really turn out pink. Let's go more this way. You could go like a deeper pink, go more this way, there you go. And then you could also do the green. Sometimes you have to adjust it because it's not exactly the color that you think it is on here. Sometimes you have to play with it and bring it around some to make it the actual colors that you want. And that's close enough. So that is how you change the colors. And here I am just going to show you how to add the outlines. So you'll go to edit and you'll go to shadows. And what I do, go to outline, and normally it'll just be black. And so what you do is you take it all the way up here. First, let me change this background color to something else so you can see it. Let's do light pink so you can see the background really well. So let's go back to that. So here you can make it thicker to where you can see it. And then what I like to do, if I have it like this, the basic style is how you copy just the outline to the other object. Because if you copy the art style, it would copy the colors and the style of this art. But if you copy the basic style, it'll copy things like the outlines or the text effects, things like that. So I'm just going to paste that on there as well. And then here with the basic style selected, do that one as well. And every time you click on it, it's going to take the one that you have selected. It's going to copy the basic style of that one and apply it to the next one that you click on. So that is how you make outlines. And if you wanted to save these, say you wanted to save these as individual stickers, you would just delete the ones from the page that you didn't want. And you would have it like this, so the outline and all would show. And to get rid of this pink background and just have the sticker with a white outline, when you go to share, you'll go to download, you'll go to PNG, you want to save this with a transparent background so that it would just be this object in the outline, and that's it. And then it will not have a background on it at all. And that's how you do that. And we'll go on to the next one. Here I want to show you how to add custom size additional pages so that you can build a bundle. Like, let me show you from the different view. From the page view here, you can see all of these are very different sizes. This is 5 by 7. This is 5 by 3.5. This is a social media post, like Instagram story, digital invite type thing. This is a welcome sign. This is another welcome sign. This is a gift sign. This is actually 8 by 10 in relative to the bigger sign here. This is a cupcake topper. This is 3 by 3. And this is party favor. Anyways, you get the point. All of these are different. And I want to show you how to add at the bottom of your bundle or your project. You can click this arrow, and what it'll do, you'll click on more, and you can create a custom size that you want. Say we wanted to do another invitation for it, you would just do 5 by 7 and create a new page. And so it would be on the bottom, and then you can move it up or down, or you can go to grid, and you can move it this way. You can just, where the line pops up, that's where it's going to be. You can do it just like that. And then to delete a page, you just go to delete. And that is how you add custom additional pages. And then to make a regular custom size design, it's just right here at the top. Or you can search what you want like that, and it will pop up. Okay, and we'll move on to the next. Here we're going to go over the text effects. So this is just original text Some fonts you will notice that they do not have a bold or they do not have an italic. Some fonts are like that. It just depends on the font. So for effects, we go to effects and you can do like glow, drop shadow. This one you can't really see unless you push it off really far. Glow. You can do an echo. Let me zoom in here so you can really see this text, because sometimes you can't really see these very well. But it has two colors there. It has a slightly darker and then a lighter. That's how you do that one. And then outline is just, it's going to be a random outline and you can pick any color. So for this one, I'm just going to do the hollow effect because it works well on these types of fonts that are really skinny. And then we'll try a different effect for this. So glow, you could do echo. See, echo looks really good on this one, and we can change the color here so you can see it as well. See, if you zoom in here, you can see it's just a slightly different, it's like the darker and then lighter, so it has that effect. And that looks really good on those. And then the next one, let's try a different one on this one. Let's do, everyone knows pretty much what outline looks like. You can do the background like this where it's going to change. And then you can adjust the roundness here like this. You can make it all the way square. You can adjust the spread so it's not as far from your letters. And you can also affect the transparency of it. Okay, and then this one you could do, so let's see, neon, but let's pick a brighter color so you could actually see. So this is what neon would look like. Obviously you can't see that, but neon would look pretty much like this. If you pick black, it's just going to be black, but if you pick a brighter color here, or let's see if we can pick a really bright color, yeah, things like those. Kind of those medium colors work best, I feel, with that one. But if you go back to effect, let's try another one. Let's try, see, glitch isn't very far on this one. You can take it out as far as you want. It kind of looks like the glitch, like TikTok kind of thing as well. And then let's try one more here. Splice is another one that you can do. Let's make this capital. And that's how you make things capital. You go between lowercase and all caps is this button right here. And so if you want to do splice, the color that you choose is going to be that inner shadow color. And your text color will be that outline color. So you could pick a different outline color and it will change based on what you pick there, kind of like that, different things like that. And then you can go back to effects and you can change your color there, just anything that you want it to be. And that's how you do that. And then we're going to move on to some of the other effects here. This is the curve, and so the curve text effect, you can move it closer in the circle or farther away, like just slightly, or you can go all the way around like this. And so I really like that. I like to play around, especially for the YouTube thumbnails. I really like that. And so here are some of the other advanced ones that I haven't played a lot with, but it will change your whole font to be this text. This one you don't really have, you can't just take that text and it becomes that style, but it'll actually change the whole text to this style. That one looks really neat. But yeah, these you can just go along, and then you could change the thickness and stuff of these, intensity like this. This one's a really cool neon one. I really like that. Stuff like that, and you can change all of that with those. And then there's other custom ones like some of these that will give you different effects. There's a bunch of apps on there. You'll just have to see what's free, what's pro, things like that. Okay, let's move on to the next thing. Here we're going to talk about duplicating, grouping, spacing, and alignment. And so what we can do here, if we want to duplicate something, we're going to hit this button right here to duplicate, and that will just give us another shape that we can do whatever we want with. And if we want to group, say we want to group this one, say we bring this to the front by layering, say we like these two together, say we really want these two together, we think it would be really cute to have together, maybe on this back one. Maybe you really like it together and you just want to group them together. So you're going to click one of them, hold the shift key, click the other one, and group them together. And so now they will move, group together, but you can also click back on the one that you had within the group now, and you can actually move it around without messing up everything else in the group now, which is a really cool feature that they have now. And so I'm just going to ungroup this because I'm going to show you guys spacing and alignment. What you'll have to do here, you'll click and you'll drag over 3 items. When you have 2 items, it will only let you align. It won't let you space them evenly because you can just space them yourself. It has to be 3 items or more. So you'll click on this 3 dots here and you'll see the space evenly here. And then you'll just do tidy up and it'll align all of those perfectly spaced. And another way is if you have them all grouped like this and you want to align them, you can align them to the center, you can align them to the middle and the center so they're perfectly centered. And then another thing you could do, you could also tidy these up and then space evenly again and also tidy up. And sometimes it'll give you like weird things like that, but if you just want to, you can play around with them. You'll see the indicator lines where they are in the middle, or they're lining up in the middle with the other items. And that's another way that you can do it as well. So that is duplicating, grouping, spacing, and alignment. And now we're going to move on to doing it with text. So like I said, just click and drag over all of them, space evenly, and tidy up. And it'll put it all in the middle here. And then if you want to get it right in the middle, you just click it to where it will lock into that middle grid line. Next up is a little bit more positioning, but this time with elements. And say we have this baby shower invite, okay? And say we have a few items that we want to just rearrange. We're not liking it on the top, and sometimes this has got blocked here. And so what we want to do is we click on the element that we want to position. We can either click here and layer and go over here, and we can send it backwards. So we want it all the way back, you can send it to the back and it'll be behind everything. Okay, and then say you want a few of the items to the back as well. You can layer and send it to the back. Also, you can, if you want to move something, you can click position. You can do layers, and you'll see all the layers at once. And you can bring it all the way to the back behind that white card. And so you can do it that way as well. Say we wanted to move that one behind too, and so you could do, essentially you could do all of these at the same time. And so you want to move that bow behind. And that's how you do that. And then if you wanted to move all of them behind, you could too. And you could just have that card in front be popping out, that kind of thing. And so that is positioning with elements. And so we are going to go to the next one. Here I'm going to talk about brand kit. And so this is a pro feature. And so if you go to brand and say I wanted to apply my brand colors to this page, and I just wanted to see what it was going to look like. So I would just do shuffle through my brand colors until I found one that I really liked, and just keep going until you find one. I see it, I really like that, so I'm going to keep that. So yeah, that's how you would do it. And you could go through all of the ones from your brand. And if you wanted to add colors, you could see all, you could edit your palettes right here, and this is where you would add a new palette right there. Okay, and then so that is it for brand kit. And so here we're going to go into more of the technical side of things. Background removal is a pro feature, and I want to show you how to do that. So I brought this in from ChatGPT, and so I am just going to hit this background remover right here, and it took the background off right there. Now you see it's just the cream card. So say if I changed, sometimes you have to do this for it to change the color. So let's say I changed it to pink. So now you can see wherever I take this is covering up the pink. So now we have that, and you can make it as big or small as you want. And then here, I'm going to show you another background remove, but this time I want to show you something really cool. I'm going to go super dark, but that will work. So what we do here, we go to edit. If you wanted to make clip art really easily, what you could do is you could take this and go to edit, and you could go to outline, and see it will outline all of that. And so what we want to do is go to outline and change the size, and then let's say we want to crop out specific ones. Say we really just want these stars, we could go up here and crop it out, and now we have the stars, and we can just duplicate the stars and adjust it however we want. So that is how that works. And so you could essentially have sets of different ones and see if there was one. Say we wanted to do this cloud right here, okay. See how this is still in the picture slightly? We just go back up to outline remover and just background remove that piece that is still in there that we do not want. And now you see it's gone. And that is how you do the background remove with the outline for clip art. Now this one, I want to go over copy art style. And so here we are just going to click here, style. We're going to copy the art style of this. We're going to apply it to this one. We just wait for it to process. And here you see the style was applied. So we're going to do the same thing with this one. I want to show you a few examples. See, it took that same exact style. And so we're going to try one more with this one. There we go. And then the style was applied to that one. And we're going to go on to these. We just have this one, and it turned out so cute, and you can enlarge it to see how well it did. I just love that. And the last thing that we're going to do, I want to show you how, if you're making templates, I want to show you how to make the template link that you are going to sell for your customers to have access to your template. To create a template link, you have to have a Canva Pro. So you're going to go to Share, and then you're going to go to Template Link. You're going to create the template link, and you're going to copy it to your clipboard. And you're going to create a file like this. Usually just do 8.5 by 11. And I put thank you for your purchase, access your files here. And what you're going to do is you're going to click here on the text, and you're going to go to link, and you're going to paste that link right in there. And you want to do the same thing for the button behind it. You're going to go to link, and you're going to also paste that link into there. Done. So that way if somebody clicks on the button or the words, you're still getting them to the template. And so let me show you this in action, because I want to show you how you have to save this. So you're going to have to choose PDF standard every time that you want to share a template link. That way the link will be clickable. So you're going to download that file, and here you'll see the file opened up, and you'll just click on the link here, and you'll see that it opens up to the Canva template, which they can then edit. And that's a wrap on today's video. And if you're new to Canva, check out my color palette generator. It's a free tool, and I'll have it linked in the description below. That's the perfect way to get a color palette and start working on Canva today. Stay tuned for my next video where I go from color palette to elements and clip art to Canva template all the way to listing. As always, I'm rooting for you, I'm praying for you, and let's go build something beautiful.